Welcome back to my channel, guys. We're talking publishing. Now, if you're watching my How to Publish Your Book series, I have done a number of videos on publishing your book, and we started with the writing phase, and we talked about editing, and we left off on editing. So go and check those videos. I'm going to try and link the videos above and link the videos below, so this video on publishing will make sense because I'm going in order in terms of what you should do first, next, and last. So this is dedicated to publishing. And we left off on editing stage where I talked about what you should do when you finish writing your book. You want to edit it yourself, and then you want to find 2 other editors besides yourself to look over it and edit it a second and third time, just so you get those errors that you didn't see with your naked eye, that we can't see in ourselves. Somebody else can pick it up. So after editing yourself and having someone else edit it, we're now going to publish. And this is the fun part of, I shouldn't say it's the fun part, but it's the most interesting part of publishing, because this is where you're going to send your book off to the world, and you're going to let everyone know your thoughts, your feelings, so forth. So yeah. Alright, publishing. What you need to know about publishing. First of all, the first thing you need to know before we can talk about publishing, you need to decide within yourself, am I going to self-publish, or am I going to find a publishing house? Now, this video isn't to distinguish between the two, because that's a separate video in itself that I will be doing later on after the series is ended. But the two kinds of ways you can publish a book: you can self-publish your book, and you can let a publishing house publish it for you. Okay, now this video will be dedicated to self-publishing, because that is the one that I've done for 3 of my books. I've self-published all 3 of them. I'm going to talk about publishing house in a separate video. So if we're going to self-publish, the first thing you want to do is you want to research. It is always good to research ways to self-publish and look for companies that help you self-publish your book. So that's the first thing you want to do, and you can do that by firstly asking persons who have self-published their book before which publishing companies that you want to go with, or you can go online and you can Google self-publishing companies. And when you do that, you want to make sure you check out the reviews. It's always good to research before you get into anything. So you want to check the reviews online, ask around, ask about this publishing company, this self-publishing company, this self-publishing company. Go online, read reviews, read and see what the company is good for. You just want to do your research. You don't want to go into anything inadvisably and just, haphazardly, because I want to publish my book. No, it's not what it's about. It's about actually being smart about it, because this is going to be your name on this book. It's going to be your money that you're spending. It's your time that you took to write the book. So you want to make sure that you take the necessary precautions in writing your book, publishing your book, researching publishers, self-publishers the correct way, the smart way. Okay, so we're going to do that first. Okay, I have some notes written down. I want to make sure that I don't leave anything off for you guys, because I've done this so much. I mean, I can talk about it with my eyes closed, but I still want to make sure that I give you every single detail that you need to know about publishing. This person's have been asking me about publishing lately, so I'm doing these videos so I don't have to really talk. I just want to walk you through it. Okay, when you're looking for your self-publisher, you also want to make sure that they have great prices. Again, I've been asked the question, how much does it cost to publish a book? And I've talked about that in the first video I did on this series. I wouldn't be able to give you an exact figure because pricing with publishing depends on your book and the kind of book that you are writing. So it depends on the number of pages you have. It depends on if you have color in your book versus black and white. It depends on how many copies you're going to get. So it depends on so much. So that question can't be asked. It depends on you. But you want to make sure that the self-publishing company that you have, that you're seeking out, is the prices are, yeah, because we don't want to put a hole in our pockets for this book, you know. So great prices. If I would give a figure, I would say great price can be between $1,500 to $3,000. That's a really good price to self-publish between 50 to 100 copies of your book. Okay. You want to make sure that they also have great printing. Okay, you want to make sure that the printing company is going to print your book. The publishing company is going to print your book. They can print really well. They can format your pictures and images and text in the way that you send to them, in the file you send it to them. You know, making sure it's Microsoft Word, that's easily formatted. So you make sure that their printing is on point, and all these you can do in reviews and by calling the company and asking questions and asking to see examples of books that they have previously published. The next thing you want to make sure that the publishing company is not slow in terms of printing, the turnaround time. They're not slow in terms of shipping, getting your book out to you. So all the things you want to take into consideration, that the company doesn't drag their feet when it comes to your book, that they have your book at the top of their list in terms of priority in getting your book out to the world. You also make sure that the publishing company they have really great work. And one of the companies that I published, that published two of my books was a company called Ex Libris. It's located in Ex Libris is a self-publishing company that prints on demand, and it's located in Bloomington, Indiana. Okay, so you want to make sure that you go on their website. The good thing about that self-publishing company is that they have books that they previously published, and they have an author's store, so you can get all the books that were published by them, and you can see the work that they've done. So that's a really good thing in terms of looking to see what kind of work that they can do. So we want to make sure they can do really good work. We don't want to just watch up our book and say, okay, here. Make sure they know what they're doing. Also, you want to make sure, like I said, the publishing company is cost effective. Now, all of the persons I've been dealing with in terms of self-publishing companies, they have been cost effective for two reasons. They have never exceeded, my budget has never exceeded $3,000, and also they have allowed me to pay on my book. Okay, there was never a time I had to come up with a large sum of money to get my book printed and start working on my book. So that's really good. They allow you to, we have to pay installments. We gotta put something on it and put something on it and put something on it until we get the book finished. It's paid off. So make sure that the company, the self-publishing company that's printing on demand, can give you that advantage or that incentive or that feature in whatever package you choose to go with that company. And the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the self-publishing company gives you an ISBN number. So, an ISBN, I'll show you what an ISBN number looks like. Put it right there so you can see it. That's it right there. An ISBN number is short for International Standard Book Number. That's what the ISBN stands for. It's an International Standard Book Number, and it's a number that it identifies your book from somebody else's book. It identifies the company that published your book or printed your book. It's an identification code in that you can see sales, you can see how your book is doing. That's what the ISBN number barcode is for. In order to have a barcode, you must first have an ISBN number. Now I'm going to give you some more information on this. The ISBN it's a 13-digit number. It used to be 10, but it's now 13. And if you want to buy a barcode, you must first purchase an ISBN. Okay, so the barcode is different from the ISBN number. The barcode is what you see that they scan when you go into the food store. That's the barcode. But the 13-digit number is the ISBN number. So there are two separate entities, two separate categories in terms of ISBN and publishing identifying you as an author. So in order, like I said, to buy a barcode, you must first purchase an ISBN. And the barcode plus one ISBN is $1.50. $1.50. I'm just kidding. It's $150. Okay? So I'd say that's about $75 each. 75 for the ISBN, 75 for the barcode. Bam. But if you want to buy more ISBNs, you can have one ISBN and you can purchase 10. You have one barcode and you can purchase like 10 ISBN numbers. So that's going to be more. Alright? But you have to take into consideration, whenever you have a new book, you're going to need a new ISBN number. Doesn't matter if your book, if it's the same title, same book, but you have one in hardback and one in softback or ebook, whatever format your book is in, your book will need a different ISBN number. So you want to make sure your publisher gets that for you. Let that be their job. If you're paying them, let that be the job to get that for you, to look into that for you, and to purchase that for you. So you just give them the information, and you make sure that that's included in your package that they are paying for, that you are paying for, the ISBN and the barcode, because that's gonna identify you as an author, and you can keep track, like I said, of your royalties and how your book is doing based on that ISBN. But I think that's it. I mean, once you've given your book to the publisher and everything I've said before, outlining all of these steps, you've gone through all of these, and they have your book, all you do is just wait for your book to be printed, and boom, you're a self-published author. Now I know I will definitely need to do a separate video on the difference between self-publishing and finding a publishing house, because that should have been done before this video, but sometimes we forget certain things. But I would definitely recommend self-publishing over finding a publishing house, and we talk about that in a different video. But any questions you want to ask me based on publishing, make sure you leave those comments or questions in the section below, comment section below, and ask those questions, and I'll be sure to respond to you. And if I can't respond to you, if I don't know what the answer is, I will research it and I will give you a reply. But that's it for this video. Make sure you watch the previous videos on writing your book and editing your book, and then come back to this video on how to publish your book and ways to find a self-publishing company to help you out. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for giving me your time. Thanks for clicking on my video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for new updates, so you will know when I publish a video and you will be left behind. But thanks for watching, guys. Give me a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you later. How many times did I say thanks for watching? I mean, bye, y'all.